so much for your students while they're teaching.
Where did you get it from? That's what my uncle used to tell me. He'd give me a nickel.
You know they're gonna get cut back from the state, don't they?
Say, I got it from Mr. Thompson.
In the federal government, the way things are.
Exactly.
No, he just said he wasn't gonna be at the meeting, so.
That's right.
Listen,
If they're gonna get to private schools and not to our public schools,
my neck.
I did hear it. I thought the pen.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You need to go out knocking on doors today, huh?
I think it's when I jammed my head a couple times falling out of bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
With my Vietnam experience, I thought I was back in the war. I dove out of bed.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not good.
Didn't walk it, yeah.
Still doing that?
Yeah.
Thought you were just kidding.
Oh, yes.
And you can't do both times, right?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Winnebago County Board meeting. Tonight is Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Tonight, our invocation and pledge allegiance will be by Board Member John Sweeney. Please stand.
Dear God, we come before you tonight as with colleagues, hopefully united in one common purpose and serving the constituents of our county, which is a blessing, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to do that. Dear God, tonight around the world, pray that you give comfort to all the innocent men and women and children on any and all sides of any armed conflicts. Pray that you grant the wisdom to leaders around the world to bring those to a swift closing, ability to all the regions that are currently suffering, and guide us here locally as we do our best here, those that we serve. In your name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. I believe in our agenda, it's posted for Public Safety and Judiciary Committee this evening, several items, but all of those items will be held out until the next committee meeting in County Board. So that's the only change on our agenda this evening. Okay, so Clerk Hummel, can you please call the roll?
Certainly. Thank you, Chairman. We will start with Mr. McDonald. Mr. Neighbors. Mr. Penny. Mr. Salgado.
Present.
Mr. Scroll. Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
Mr. Tassoni. Mr. Michael Thompson. Present. Mr. Ray Thompson.
Present.
Ms. Valdez.
Present.
Mr. Webster. Mr. Arena.
Here.
Mr. Booker.
Present.
Mr. Batita. Ms. Fellers. Mrs. Gorel. Ms. Hansard.
Here.
Mr. Hoffman. Mr. Lindmark. Mr. McCarthy. Thank you all. Chairman, 16 board members present, 4 board members absent.
Very good. We do have a quorum. Thank you. Next on our agenda is public participation, but I don't see our speaker here. Is Nancy Edwardson here anywhere? No? Okay, we'll move on from there. Next is approval of minutes. May I entertain a motion to approve the January 9th, 2025 and lay over January 23, 2025. We had a motion by Mr. Webster, second by Mr. Thompson, Michael Thompson.
Thank you.
I have to learn that. Any discussion on the approval or the layover? Okay, are there any board members opposed to the approval or the layover of the minutes? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Next, consent agenda, which includes the raffle report and the auditor's report. May I entertain a motion, please? Motion by Ms. Valdez, second by Ms. Hansard. Any discussion on the raffle report or the auditor's report? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Next, the appointments. per county board rules, board chairman appointments shall lay over until the second board meeting after they are first introduced. Tonight, I'm introducing the River Bluff Board of Directors. Annual compensation is none for Mr. Lowell Ingram. That is a new appointment to fill the remainder of a four-year term for the Trent Brass, expiring in January 2027. Okay, so those are the appointments to be read in. Next, standing committees, we have Finance Committee. Mr. Butita.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We just have one ordinance this evening establishing civil fees and criminal and traffic assessments to be charged by the clerk of the circuit court. And I also ask for suspension of the rules on this.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules by Mr. Butita? Is there a second to suspend the rules? Mr. Salgado seconds that motion. Are there any board members opposed to suspension of the rules this evening for this ordinance? Very good. The rules are suspended. Mr. Butita.
Then I so move that we pass this.
Move to approve by Mr. Butita. Is there a second? Mr. Salgado, is there any discussion on this ordinance, Mr. Butita?
It's just to bring us updated with a state statute for foreclosure fees. If there's further explanation, maybe somebody else provide it, I'm not sure.
Does anyone need a further explanation than that on the board? No? Okay. Any board member discussion on the ordinance? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this ordinance? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Butita.
Okay, that'll be this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Butita. Next, Zoning Committee, Mr. Webster. Thank you, Mr. Webster. Next, Economic Development Committee, Mr. Sweeney.
Good evening. The Economic Development Committee has one item for you to consider tonight. That is the resolution authorizing a modification to the intergovernmental cooperation agreement between the County of Winnebago and the Village of New Milford for the extension of water main on Baxter Road between I-39 and Harrisville Road, and I move for its adoption.
Moved by Mr. Sweeney. Is there a second by Mr. McCarthy? Any discussion, Mr. Sweeney?
Just a quick explanation that in addition to the investments that we've made for industrial water supply through the I-39 corridor, this is basically an ability for the Village of New Milford to charge their own hookup fees to have some revenue off of any future development.
Very good. Any board member discussion on this resolution? Hearing none. Are there any board members opposed to the resolution? Very good. Please cast yes for all members present. Mr. Sweeney.
That concludes our report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. Next is Operation Administrative Committee. Is there a report this evening? Ms. Hansard?
Good evening. We have one resolution before us. This is a resolution to award supplies and services for election expense. It is actually an increase of processing the mail-in ballots in the amount of $55,000.
Very good. That's a
Motions
motion.
to so move.
Motion to approve by Ms. Hansard, second by Mr. Salgado, Mr. Michael Thompson, Squirrel. Question?
Would you like to explain what that is so that other members are, if they're not familiar with us having someone that, about these mail-in orders, mail-in voters, because there's been so much talk about it. Would you explain to them what it is, Lori, please?
Ms. Squirrel?
Chairman,
Thank
thank you. Thank you, Ms. Squirrel. The request for vote by mail ballots has been increasing exponentially over the last several elections. It's getting to be a lot for my staff to be able to manage in the offices that we have. This is a company that has been doing ballot printing for quite a few communities. It is also providing a very important service, which is ballot tracking. So the new ballot will have a tear-off like receipt with a QR code, and you will be able to track your ballot through the Postal Service, and then once we receive it in our office, you'll be able to see that we have received this ballot. There's a lot of states that are going to that, and there's even, I think in the Senate floor, they're talking about maybe making that mandatory going forward, so we're trying to get ahead of that service. And again, it's just to help the voters feel confident and secure that we have received their vote by mail ballot.
Can I ask one more question? On the day of election, are they brought to, because I've worked in the city, in the county, the day of election, do you have police officers take those mail-in ballots and bring them to the different polls that they belong to and have them counted the same night? Or are those just write-ins?
Okay, I'm not sure that I understand your question. The precincts, when they are closed at the end of the night, a Republican and a Democrat judge bring the ballots to our office. We have officers there to make sure that our office is safe and secure. Then again, we have Republican and Democrat judges overseeing the process. Anything that is brought to the drop box that is vote by mail, again, we have a Democrat and Republican judge go out, and we have a chain of command. When those ballots come in, those signatures are reviewed, again, by a Democrat and Republican judge to verify that that signature matches the signature that we have on file. If they do not agree, they go to a third judge. If they did not have a signature, they don't agree, then the voter is sent a letter stating that they have until 2 weeks after the election to cure their ballot, so they have the opportunity to make sure that their ballot is counted.
Many of us voters don't understand the process you have to go through here. And they don't understand that in this area, all of Winnebago County, we have never really had any problems with our procedures. And having people tell us that we're crooked and all this other stuff. I was a judge for 35 years in the city, and I know the process, but many people have no idea what you do with those ballots or the process it goes through, and how we are actually watching one another. And we do have people there who also watch us that are sent there with document from their caucus, the county caucus or the Democratic Republican Party, however. And they stay there, and if they see us doing anything wrong, they can right there and then stop us from doing it. So there's a lot that goes on voting that you don't get. I don't think the judges nor the workers get the acknowledgement that they should have. And we have a wonderful system. I've seen before documentaries where in Cook County, they have police officers at every voting place. So we're pretty lucky here with the people we have and how both city and county and how thoughtful you are. So thank you very much for all this and keeping us up on date.
Thank you, Mrs. Grohl.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms.
Anybody
Coral. Mr. Booker.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to go on record that I'm opposed to mail-in ballots. Although being a veteran, I remember voting by mail, and yes, I am in support of mail-in ballots for our military personnel, the elderly, disabled people and such, but I'm hopeful for a day that mail-in ballots will be eliminated for everyone else. Although I will not be opposed to what we're going to tonight, and yes, I will be a yes vote in support of this. But I just want to go on record that I believe that mail-in balloting voting is rife with fraud nationwide, and that's just my feeling on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Booker. Any other discussion, Mr. Webster?
Yeah, thank you. My thoughts and feelings align perfectly with Mr. Booker's there. I think there is a time or need, whatever, for certain persons to get mail-in ballots, but across the board, I think generally speaking, in-person voting should be required. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Webster. Any further discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, are there any board members opposed to this resolution? Very good. Please cast a yes for all members present. Ms. Hansard.
Thank you. This concludes our report.
Thank you. Public Works Committee, Mr. Tassoni.
Thank you, Chair. We have no report, but I will let the board committee know that we will not be having a public works committee this month. We look forward towards the end of the month.
Very good. Any report on the Snow plowing operation from last evening? It's all good? Thumbs up. Good job. Okay, we got another round coming. Very good. So next is public safety, and we already announced that all those items will be held over until the next committee meeting, and Mr. Lindmark.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll be meeting next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday for the Public Safety and Judiciary Committee, correct? Okay. Next, Legislative Lobbying Committee, Mr. Salgado.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No report at this time.
Very good, Mr. Salgado. Unfinished business. I did forget something that's right in front of me. I just want to bring everyone's attention that we recently lost former Winnebago County Board Chairman Tom Currier. Tom Edward Currier, age 86, formerly of Rockford, Illinois, passed away Wednesday, February 5th, 2025 in Roseville, Illinois. Tom spent his early career working for DuPont and later for Pierce Chemical Company in Rockford, Illinois, and eventually in his law practice. Tom was elected to serve as the Winnebago County Board Chairman from 1988 till 1992. Tom was preceded in death by his wife Sandra and eldest daughter Courtney. He is survived by 2 daughters and 5 grandchildren. Please join me in a moment of silence for Mr. Currier. If you could all stand, please. Very good, thank you. Okay. Any other unfinished business for the board this evening? We're hearing none. New business. Any new business? No new announcements, communications. Clerk Gummow.
Thank you, Chairman. The items listed below are filed with the Winnebago County Clerk's Office.
Very nice. Good job. All right, Mr. Webster. We got a motion to adjourn by Mr. Webster, second by Mr. Michael Thompson. All in favor, say aye.